Hey everybody, Ben here in the game room. It's Monday evening. Just finished up my work for the day and I wanted to record some video to get it uploaded to the channel. This is going to be a different video. We're going to call this something like a game room update rehab video. I don't know what we're going to call it exactly, but the point is, I've been talking about the last couple of videos. We were going to get a new shelf after the Genesis shelf collapsed. And now that shelf is out in the garbage and we've got the new one in here. I'm going to show off the new shelf, how the room's been reorganized a little bit. I have some pickups, but I'm going to hold on to them for the next video because I'll just do more pickups together, I guess. And then I also want to show how everything's hooked up with the GSCART now and sort of my little setup for RGB and talk about that for a few minutes. So I'm going to go into selfie stick mode, I think, for this because that's just going to be easier to record with. So if you're enjoying these videos, please make sure to like the video, hit the thumbs up. Comment if you have a question or anything you want to see in the future with the game room and the pickups and all the other stuff. And make sure, most importantly, that you're subscribed. So as of right now, when I'm recording, I'm at 486 subscribers, which is up 20 since I edited the last video, which is great. And we really want to get up to over 500 and beyond. So please make sure to do that. So anyway, I'm going to stop and cut right here, and then I will go into selfie stick mode so we can show you what we did. So I'm zoomed out a little bit. Here's what we did with this new shelf that we got. I'm actually, to be honest, I'm pretty dissatisfied with the shelf itself. It was this Atlantic Oscar thing from Amazon, and it was really like poorly put together. The pieces were not measured properly, so things were overlapped when it comes to like actually putting it together. Some of the screws weren't going in right and some of the anchors weren't working. Really poor experience, and I guess maybe the quality went down because I saw some of the reviews that were recent and apparently other people were complaining as well. But nevertheless, we got it in. There's kind of a challenge here because I've got this shelf over here and I've got the shelf on the right. I can't put two more of these here, so we sort of spaced them out. And as you can sort of see here, I put the long shelves that were for the DS games before in between, and they've got mostly loose Genesis games on it, and we'll zoom in on all this in a bit, as well as what we did with the DS stuff. But let's walk a little bit, and I'll show you exactly what we did. So first, obviously, I wanted to get stuff on top here, and so we managed to get the Miracle Piano, as well as the Power Glove we just got, as well as the PS2 Slim and the Galleon figure, and the Dreamcast. I wanted to put the Dreamcast box along with the Dreamcast controller. And then we were able to move. I wanted to get, one of the big goals of this was to get my long box stuff all organized and use the space efficiently, because long box stuff, kind of hard to find good shelving for. So we've got all the Saturn games here. I think they look nice. All the long box PS1 games, and I've got some pretty decent long box PS1 games like Riding Project and Ridge Racer and Alpha 1 and Theme Park. But yeah, I wanted to get them in here, as well as the Sega CD stuff. And I was even saying to my girlfriend when we were putting these together, like, it is going to be nice to get these sort of out and presented because they're going to look so much better than they were buried on the PS2 shelf, which I'll show off in a second. We got all of the Sega CD stuff, as well as sort of the collector's edition, higher end PS2 stuff. Then I just went out a little bit more and I put all of the SNES and N64 games here. You might notice they need to be re-alphabetized a little bit. We're going to fix that. All the N64 box stuff below it. And then as we move down, and I'll sort of shimmy down a little bit, we've got Master System, which wasn't on the shelf before, and all the box Genesis games, which overflow a little bit to this shelf here where we took more of the boxed Genesis games, which actually just barely fit this space here. So it kind of worked out well. Of course, that'll be something I'm going to have to deal with in the future because I'm sure I'll get more Genesis games. Over here, just real quick, showing what we did with these little shelves. We took one of those rose-colored gaming things and we put a white PSP on it and just took Genesis carts that were loose in that old shelf that broke and just lined them up here. So I thought that looked really good. They're actually out a little bit. These are pretty deep shelves, but I think it's totally fine. And sort of the same thing on the other side as we move over here. I took the PSP Go and the little dock. We put that there, as well as a modded Game Boy Advance. More Genesis games and Master System games. You get the idea. All of my stuff that's loose. There's the modded Game Boy in the new shelf that I just got. I need to remove these stupid stickers from the shelves. Those are old stickers. Just the Wii U stuff here. So anyway, I think it looks really good. I don't think the quality of the shelf is great. This will be its last home when I move eventually. This shelf will stay here. I'm not gonna get. It won't survive the trip, I don't think. But it's in place. It's anchored. I think with the stuff on it, it'll be okay. And I think it looks good. I'm going to show a couple of the other adjustments we made in the game room real quick, and then I'm going to show you the hookups with the GSCART and all that other stuff. One big benefit to doing this stuff was that we were able to consolidate the PS2 games. You saw before they were kind of double shelved. I didn't really have enough room for them. And now, since and PS2 is one of the systems we keep growing on, I was able to fit all the PS2 games and then some onto one shelf. As you can see, it still needs a little bit of reorganizing. There's still some random stuff that needs to get moved. But at least we have storage space for PS2 games, which again are still one of the bigger growing collections I have. There's just so many games for PS2. Anyway, that's it. Wanted to show that real quick. On this side near the television, I moved all the handheld stuff into this room. So you can see first the handheld systems here, as well as 3DS games on this shelf. And then the DS games all went on this shelf. We actually had to jury-rig some other pegs into here to get these shelves up, but really worked out in the end, and it looks nice. So that's for DS on this side. One more thing, and then we'll get to the video stuff. One other important change was the GameCube shelf over here by the window. Again, I was running out of space for GameCube stuff. Now we've got a little bit more room here. And they all need to be reorganized, but yeah, it's all fitting in here quite nicely now. So over here, this is where in the game room I actually do play games. You'll see real quick, I put a new shelf in here. This was actually sitting in a closet, and I put all of the RGB enabled consoles over here. You can see we've got Genesis with the Sega CD, the PC Engine Duo RX, Sega Saturn. This is the modified N64 with RGB that I got recently. This GameCube isn't. This is HDMI. The HDMI GameCube I got in a couple pickups ago, along with a PC Engine. I put it on its side because I just wanted space for it. It's fine because there's no ports on that one side. A couple modded PS1s and a PS2, and an SNES Junior that's been modified for RGB. Anyway. A little bit of cable work needs to be done here, but they're all hooked up, and they're hooked up to this thing here, which is called a GSCART. So these are EuroSCART connections that come off of each of these systems. Notice that nothing here is labeled, and the beauty is with this piece of equipment, you don't really have to worry about labeling the ports and things like that. Everything just works, which I'll demonstrate in a second. Anyway, all of those cables from the back of the system, the AV8 cables, go to this GSCART. Right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it looks like, things hooked up. There's still room for 2 more. I'll probably I need to put the Genesis 1 hooked up via GSCART, so I'll take care of that. Anyway, the beauty of this whole thing is right now all of the GSCART is hooked up to this PVM, Professional Video Monitor. It's an old CRT. And you can get really good picture out of it. And the beauty of the GSCART is it runs directly in, switches all of those things into this little junction here, which goes to the monitor. And then I can just go to my Super Nintendo, and it just plays. And I don't know how this is going to come out on a phone like this, but you can see it does work perfectly. I also, for audio, I use PC speakers on the side of this monitor, so it really sounds quite nice. But when I go and turn it off, and I say, let's see Sega Saturn now, it makes a little squeaky noise. There's Saturn, and it just switches automatically, because the GSCART takes care of that all by itself. So I don't really have to do anything, and I get a really nice, clean picture. Same thing for, like, N64, so we'll switch here, we'll go to N64. Takes a second, and there you go. There's the EverDrive for the N64 right on this monitor. Other thing to keep in mind too, I also have in this room a XRGB mini Framemeister. So this is, for those of you who are not familiar, this is a upscaler. So if you want to get old systems playing nice on a modern television, an LED television, you're going to want either something like this, or an open source scan converter, or the RetroTink 5X, or some other device that scales things up to 1080p or 720p so it looks nice on a television. Otherwise, these old consoles really don't look very good, in my opinion. And if you're going to invest in a lot of this stuff, it's worth having something like this. Maybe not this specific model because it's quite expensive. This is, you'll notice, the same connection. This is a converter that goes from Japanese SCART to Euro SCART, which is the connection we need to be using. And then you can see this is just a female Euro SCART cable here. So the only problem with this whole setup is the GSCART, as you can see, is all hooked up right now to the CRT monitor down there. So if I want to play things on the LCD, I need to unplug this and plug it directly into the Framemeister. But that's just one cable, so I can switch these things pretty seamlessly. It's not that big of a deal. Anyway, that's it for the general hookup. Everything does hook up here pretty well, and it works really seamlessly. As you might imagine, some of the other stuff, the HDMI component stuff, aren't as interesting. That just goes directly into switch boxes that go into this television here. But it all does work, and it's really thanks to the GSCART, which really changed things up. So anyway, I hope you found that interesting, and feel free to drop some comments with questions you might have about this sort of thing. Let's go back to selfie mode to wrap it up. So that's it. I wanted to share the changes that were made to the game room, both in terms of shelving, but also with the GSCART and the Framemeister, give you a sense of how I hook some of my consoles up to these old CRTs as well as modern televisions, and just give you a sense of what's been going on in the game room. I do, big game room tours every so often, but I thought this would be a good update to just let you know what I've been doing in the game room. Anyway, I hope you're liking this. Please make sure to like the video. Or hit the thumbs up. That really helps the channel be seen by others. Some of the recent videos have been getting like 30 plus likes. That's great. I'd love to get 50 likes on this video. That'd be awesome. Leave a comment if you have any questions or want to see more stuff. And please make sure to subscribe. The subscribes really help for me too. We're really trying to get past 500 subscribers and beyond. Anyway, be safe out there. Wear a mask. Do all that stuff. Be careful. Get vaccinated if you haven't already. And take care. Bye-bye.